Corajes, Jalisco.
Guadalajara, 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 Guadalajara. Ay, 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 ay.
All right, we are live right now, and we're very happy that we're opening day 3 with an amazing author. We have here Edwidge Gilbert, the author of the book Victim to Victorious. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm so grateful to be here.
How do you find Guadalajara so far?
It's fantastic. The people are amazing. And I'm understanding this is the second largest book fair in the world after Frankfurt. So I'm honored to be here with you today.
Is this your first time to be in Mexico?
No, but in Guadalajara, yes.
Amazing.
I still cannot say it properly, but it's okay. I'll work on it.
The city is amazing. It's the center of arts and music. If I'm not mistaken, this is the birthplace of mariachi.
Yes, I hear tonight I'm going to experience that. So I'm
Now let's
excited.
talk about yourself and your book. Now,
Yes.
Who is Edwidge Gilbert?
Who is Edwidge Gilbert? Well, she's French, first of all. She was raised in a very famous town, everyone knows, on the French Riviera, Cannes, famous for the film festival. And she grew up with her grandmother, who was very protective of her, and sometimes a little too much. So she kind of protected her from taking chances. So I became very shy. And the reason for the creation of my books is to help people like me who are shy and feel a little bit victimized by their circumstances to set themselves free and be the best version of themselves, confident, in charge of their life, and most importantly, what I like to call it, joie de vivre, meaning joy of life, right? Do you agree? Without joy, it doesn't matter, right? Nothing does.
No matter how small or big that is, without joy, I don't think it would make sense.
Exactly. Waking up in the morning and smiling, and I like to say I'm happy to be me, and I'm welcoming infinite possibility. Victory to me, victory is mine. That's my biggest statement I like to make.
Well, on a personal note,
Yes.
I would say that you don't look like you are a shy person.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Now let's talk about that whole version of you
Yes.
that led you to probably becoming who you are today.
Yes.
Who was Edwidge when she was shy?
She was shy. She became overweight when she came to America, to New York City, and she lost herself because she used to be a model in her country. So I had to find a way out, and I went on a quest. because I didn't like who I became. And I was also suffering from overeating. And a lot of women do. They tend to stuff their feeling down. So I understand and help a lot of my clients set themselves free again from all those unwanted, unhealthy habits that we do have. And so I like to help people, take them on a journey. I'm a transformation guide. I like that word because I help you transform your life. You do the work. I guide you on your path to set yourself free to be victorious. We can all do it. And it's just how to do it. So I give you a two-step process, which I call clear and create. You create the old, you create the shyness, you create the habits, you clear all of this, and then you create the person that you can imagine yourself to be, because imagination is the key to create what we like, to create images.
Exactly. Talking about stress.
Yes.
That's really a big thing that everyone
Suffer
all over
from
the world is experiencing
more and
in
more.
one way or another.
More and more.
And it's true that it can lead to creation of bad habits,
Thank
bad
you.
behavior,
Yes, yes,
a mess in your life.
yes.
Cite me a story, specific story in your life
Ah, my
which
life.
stress transitioned into a bad habit.
Thank you. So I moved from Cannes in my 20s to New York City, and I felt lost. I didn't speak English very well, and I took refuge in things that I wouldn't recommend you do. It's called bagels and brownies. Bagels and brownie diet became my two best friend, bagel and brownie. Anytime I felt stressed, I felt anxious, I felt fearful, I felt lost, I would eat to calm myself down. So what do you think happened? 4 months later, I gained 30 pounds and lost my joie de vivre. And that wasn't going to be good. So I went on a quest, and the quest took me to study everything I could and be qualified and certified in many, many modality yoga, became a yoga teacher. I became a Qigong practitioner. I became a neurolinguistic programmer. I became a specialist in substance abuse, alcohol, substance abuse counselor. What else did I not become? And what was interesting, and I want people to hear this, the weight or whatever you think the issue is not the issue, is the result of you not being capable of finding the way out of your situation. So as I went on my exciting journey of transforming my life, the weight came off on its own effortlessly, and that's what I promise my clients to do.
I'm happy that you have become who you are today.
Thank you
that
so much.
decision that you made.
Yes.
And as I've said, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Fantastic. You're voguing earlier, which is amazing. Let's talk about aging victoriously. What's your take on that?
Okay, my next book, I want it to be Aging Victoriously. I want to help women starting from menopause and beyond menopause to love themselves and to not feel victimized by aging, because I love who I am and there is no being old. It's all about feeling good about yourself. So this is what I promised you to do. And this book is very helpful on this journey too, because it teaches you how to eat well. That's very important, to keep your weight down. And all this process that I created, like I have Dextra, which is you hold your thumb to clear your stress, James. That's what you can do. And in 2 minutes, your left thumb, so yeah, your left thumb, you wrap it with your right hand and you make a sound like a hissing serpent sound. 2 or 3 times. And then you feel the energy dissipating of your anxiety. And then you declare to yourself, I choose to be calm. I am willing to be calm. I am desiring to be calm. And I believe that I can. Because, James, belief is what we need to transform our life. And it's just a thought you hold to be true. So let's clear the old thought that keeps you victimized and set yourself free with new thoughts that I help you to create on your journey to your victory in this lifetime.
Now, my next question, I'm very curious because I want to know, when can you say that you have become victorious?
What I say every day is a chance for you to be victorious, because at the end of the day, keeping your vision on the way you want to feel and think, you count your victories. And even if that victory is only to eat half a brownie, it's a victory.
Let's stop.
Because what people tend to do is focus on their misery and what doesn't work. So we need to go to the other side and think about what works in your life, being grateful for just being alive, to just something, wake up in the morning is a big thing already, and make a plan the way you want to feel. Because your mind is different between what's real and imagined, so keep imagining the way you want to be. And also, what you may not know, I do recordings for my clients on Zoom, and those who are near me come to my office. I give them a recording because transformation happens in 28 days. So you have a recording of the way you want it to be, the way you want to see yourself, and you listen to it in the primacy of your own space with earbuds, and your life transforms effortlessly. If you choose to do the work, to listen to the 15 minutes recording, which creates relaxation, you go into alpha state, meditation, mindfulness, which is a big thing to have, is that moment of stepping away from the buzzing of the world and find that quiet space within yourself.
Thank you so much. I feel like I'm victorious listening to you. But I'll get back with you on that half brownie because it might be tough to start with.
I can help you.
Okay, so where can we find you and your book?
Okay, you can find me on Amazon. You can find me on my website, newlifedirections.com. You can find me on social media under Edwige Gilbert and Victory with Edwige, which is more my business side of promoting videos that can help you. And I have a newsletter. You can subscribe if you go on my website called Victory News, a buy newsletter, a monthly buy newsletter, monthly something,
Okay.
2 times.
Thank you so much, Edwige. It has been amazing. Later this afternoon, we're going to be having an interview with you about our invited guests and authors.
Thank
To
you.
really have, a moment. I'm so excited for you to meet Carmen
Thank you.
David Ward. This book is also a self-help book.
Wonderful.
And happy to meet Maggie, who just came in today, whose book is also self-help.
Wonderful.
So the three of you probably would have a perfect time
Yes,
together.
I'd love
talking
to.
about what really is a problem of everybody and how do you get out of it and be
Thank you.
successful and
Thank
the
you.
person that you want to be in the
Yes,
future.
I love
Thank
it.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, it's been amazing. Again, Edwige Gilbert, the author of the book Victim to Victorious. Everybody who is watching us right now on Facebook and YouTube, you can grab a copy of Victim to Victorious on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or visit her website, or you can visit ReadersMagnet website. Again, thank you so much, Edwige.
Thank you. James.
For everybody, please stay tuned. After this commercial break, we are going to be listening to another speaker that we have invited today, talking about a very interesting book, More Culture
I love
by
it.
Lonnie Hill. Again, thank you so much. Stay tuned.
Juárez, Jalisco.
Guadalajara, 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 Guadalajara. Ay, 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 ay,
All right.
Okay, all right. I think we're live right now. Maybe Lonnie can back one step back. Okay, that would be
Good.
perfect. I think we're live, everybody. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Here with us today is our dear author, Lonnie L. It's been with us since Saturday when we opened it, and there's like a lot of people who are here over the weekend. And thank you so much for showing support. Again, I know Lonnie is flying out really, really soon this day, and we're going to miss him on Tuesday and Wednesday, but we can't afford to miss this day interviewing Lonnie about his amazing book, Moorish American Nationality Peace. How are you today, Lon?
I'm well, James. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. We heard that you went out yesterday with some of our authors, so tell us more about it.
We went to the mariachi village in Tlaquepaque. It's not a Spanish word. It's difficult to say. Tlaquepaque. And we had some delicious foods. I tasted some beef with some seasonings I have not had before. It was delicious. Had a little tequila. Tequila's good for you.
Go to tequila?
Tequila's the only alcohol that's good for you. You know, it's a medicine. Yes. So yes, I drink tequila and wine. Yes.
That's amazing. Now let's talk about your experience. You mentioned that you are a writer, of course, an award-winning filmmaker, a kung fu master, a sword master, a historian. Right? Is there anything that you're not?
Oh yeah. I'm not a good golf player.
You're not.
I'll play, but I'm not so good at it.
About your experience as an award-winning filmmaker, so tell us more about it.
Oh, it wasn't my doing it. I'm an award-winning filmmaker. I made the film and I put it in somebody else's hand, and then the executive producer shopped it around. and won some awards, and that's how I became an award-winning filmmaker for a movie called Socks. It's about surviving human trafficking. It's a short, half-hour long, but yeah, it won awards in Paris, Cuba, and New York.
Amazing.
Thank you.
What is the story of that movie that you won awards?
Socks? Yeah, it's a story about surviving human trafficking. Yeah. So it's one woman, one talent, one scene, one long take, and my editing work. I did some cool stuff with her voice and with animation, and it was, I guess because of the subject matter, I think is what's really carrying it along. But yeah, they liked my skills.
Amazing. Were you the director or you're the cinematographer of the movie?
Thank you. I did the cinematography. I operated the camera. I did the sound. I edited it. I ran the score for it. I even played a little piano on it for the first time. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, let's talk about your book.
All right.
Among all authors that we have here today, you are the one who's always wearing your turban. You look very interesting, and I know everybody would, you're the head turner of the show, and everyone is wondering, like, what's with the turban and why red? Is there a story behind the color?
Ooh, good question.
And everything that you are in right now, like the ornaments that you wear.
All right. The turban, the red turban in particular, is the warrior's turban. Globally, but from my perspective, Tlaki, the Christian word is Cherokee. The turban is a sign. Not all of the tribes wear red turbans, but I'm sorry, not tribes, nations. Not all of the nations wear red turbans. The Wolf Clan all wear red turbans, but from all of the other clans come members to the Wolf Clan. They're warriors from their clans, but there is a clan that's just warriors, and that's the Wolf Clan. They're bigger people. I'm Wolf.
You consider yourself as a warrior?
Well, I definitely am a warrior. I've been a warrior since I was a little boy.
For you, what is a warrior?
A warrior is somebody who faces challenges, protects others, and takes orders from somebody. You can't just be a warrior and you don't have direction from somebody who's a little bit wiser than you. Just because you're a warrior and you know how to fight doesn't mean you know who to fight. Unless, of course, you're getting attacked, like I was when I was a boy.
But you are a Kung Fu master too.
Yes.
That should not be a problem.
That's
now,
my warrior.
You said you wouldn't become a great warrior, not because of your mentors. Somebody who is higher than you taught you to be a good warrior that you are today. Tell us more about that.
No, thank you. That was my grandfather, Marvin Young Bray L. He sent me teachers from Wichita Falls, Texas to Cleveland, Ohio. He sent me two teachers as a boy. Not all of our family even knows that Grandpa was a Kung Fu master because they weren't interested. He was a lot of other things too, like several of us around here. And other people weren't interested enough to learn it in the family. I am the one who mastered the family Kung Fu.
So it's a generational situation that's been passed on by your grandfather.
Yes.
And to you.
Yes.
Planning to pass it on?
I definitely will. My son will be the next master, or the next grandmaster. We can be masters together, but I look forward to my son being the next grandmaster. Kung Fu's been in our family for 5 generations, 5 traceable generations. My son competed with the European martial artists in Miami, Florida. There's a documentary on that, and he kind of smashed their instructors with their own weapons.
So I was supposed to ask you what the things that you probably have taught so far to your son, besides Kung Fu.
Oh, writing, screenwriting, camera use, editing, chess, sword fighting, all of my skills.
So pretty much he's a little Lonnie.
He's a little Lonnie. Yeah, he's a star. His name's Joshua Braille.
Where is that right now?
He's in Cleveland, and he would have been here had it not been for the fact that he hurt his knee.
Oh,
He hurt his knee real bad.
oh, okay.
Training.
You hurt your hands too.
I got bit by a spider. Araña.
Okay, now we talk about Moorish American nationality. For the world out there, who probably is not aware about the Moorish culture. I know for sure you know that. Not everybody knows that. The Moorish culture, especially from outside of Africa, perhaps, or for other continents or places that are not aware about the Moorish culture. What do you think is their take on that? What do you think is their advantage? Do they know the Moorish culture?
The advantage to know the Moorish culture is to know human culture. All of life we know now started in Africa. We also know that Africa and America and Europe were once connected in what's called Pangaea, we refer to in hindsight. So the Moors were all over the world. Going back to the beginning of our oldest story, probably our oldest story of human creation comes out of Sumeria. It's called Sumeria by Christians. Moors are all over the world. There's evidence of Moors here in Mexico, Zamora, Morelia, for example. I was speaking with John, who is from the Philippines. And I said, John, you're not really from the Philippines. You're from Los Moralicas, right? Because the indigenous people there call it Moralicas. And I said, am I right or am I wrong? He said, you are right. So evidence of Moors are everywhere. It's in the food, it's in the martial arts, it's in the land, it's in the name of the people, but it's not in the public school system because of a defensive mechanism by the powers that be. If they told the truth, then they give up their power. So
let's talk about that.
Uh-oh.
Everything you said is so intriguing and interesting. One, why do you think that the system is not allowed to have the Moorish culture be immersed in our curriculum, perhaps?
We'll start with 1775. I found this book in Cleveland, Ohio, at the library on the 3rd floor of the main building. It's a huge book, maybe 2 feet long, 18 inches wide, 2,000 pages. And in there it says that Moor is a word that Anglos replaced with Negro for slavery. Shouldn't need any more. African American is a term Jesse Jackson created in 1984. Black, white, these aren't human terms. White person actually comes out of the Black's Law's Dictionary. It gives us the definition of a person who doesn't owe anybody money. And here's a shocker. Moors are white by law. That's in Black's Law's Dictionary. It has nothing to do with skin color because none of us are black or none of us are white, right? Did I answer your question?
You did.
All right.
But for me, I may not be really very educated about the Moorish culture, except what I knew about what you said, the N-word, very recent years, African American. Why do you think the Anglos, you said Anglos earlier?
Yes.
Would rather choose those words than Moors? I mean, for me, Moor sounds good. It sounds more. It sounds Spanish.
Well, Anglo-Saxon is a term that's tied to the English Church. It's not a blood term. The same people of the same blood also come out of Spain, come out of France, come out of Portugal, but those places are aligned with the Catholic Church, so they can't use the Anglo-Saxon term. Anglo-Saxon literally means Christian. Not literally translates, but Christians are Anglo-Saxons. And if you, as an Anglo-Saxon, if you're not a Christian, then you're not Anglo-Saxon.
You said earlier that war or this culture has nothing to do about skin color. Whether or not you're a black or white, a yellow, purple, orange, or whatever, and whatnot. What then is Moor culture if it's not about skin color?
Well, no culture is about skin color, is it really? Except for maybe like skinheads and Ku Klux Klan, right? because we're accepting of all people. It doesn't matter what you look like, even if you're the palest of pale and you have the lightest of eyes and the lightest of hair. Evidence shows that you came, if you're human, you came from Africa from one single woman. We all did. So we're open to everyone. And what's the more culture? More culture, like I said, it's in everything, but it's hidden. You have to get my book called The Book of Moors, which is out already. And it explains so much. It answers so many questions, and it's not something I could just tell you in a few seconds.
I think we have a question from one of our viewers. It seems like you have started writing about culture book, right? More culture.
Yes.
Do you plan on writing any other books in the future, or pertaining to another culture, or are you sticking to more culture?
I have already started writing something about Anglo-Saxons. Yeah, because everybody struggles with identity pretty much now, because especially in America, if you're born in America, governments give us terms that are not human, terms that don't attach to blood or flag or land. Well, what about an Anglo-Saxon, a person who doesn't want to be Christian anymore? What are they now? They can't be Anglo-Saxon. Do they have to go to another country? I try to, my work tries to get at the culture of Anglo-Saxons. My next work will try to get at the root of Anglo-Saxons. For example, gentleman, the term gentleman would not be something that Anglo-Saxon ancestors would be proud of, because there was nothing gentle about them. They were warriors. It's very, very different. The culture of Anglo-Saxons is very different than the culture we have now. It's actually the Moors who beat the Anglo-Saxons into Christianity. So the culture and the history is very twisted all over Earth.
Thank you so much. And I'm with you. I think this is a crusade that you're on to.
No, that's a Christian thing.
I know.
That's when the Christians invaded the Moors' land. I'm not on a crusade. I'll never be on a crusade.
Do you have another term for that?
A confrontation, a fight, a mission.
Like mission.
All right.
It's your mission.
Yeah.
It's your mission to really, have the world get educated about Moorish culture. Because, like what you said, it's not just in one place; it's everywhere.
Right. So to talk about Moors is to dig into every culture, because you find Moors in every culture. You find Moorish culture in every culture. Again, one more time, it's in the food, it's in the martial arts, it's in the land, it's in the names of the people, it's in the names of the lands. America is Morocco. You go back into history, you find that the first country to recognize the United States of America was Morocco. And the letters that George Washington sent to the Emperor of Morocco was in New York City, because New York is the Empire State, and that's where the Emperor of Morocco was. Yeah, a lot of stuff they don't tell us.
I think that's a lot of things. I'm not sure if it's too early for a lot of things to ponder.
You asked.
But thanks for letting us know. I mean, I'm just as excited as everybody who's watching us right now to have a copy of your book. Definitely, I don't think this is the only book that you have.
No.
Right? So tell us more where we can find all your books, what those books are, so all of our viewers can grab a copy.
Thank you. You will find my books listed at the Moorish, MOORISH, American Institute.com. I'm sorry, .org. Let me do that again.
Yeah, do it again.
The Moorish American Institute.org. I have the best business book out. I have 2 volumes of the Book of Moors out. One's out now. One will be released in February. The next one will be released in June. And the 4th volume concludes in September for the whole series.
Thank you so much. This has been a great opportunity to actually know Ronnie and the Moorish culture. Pretty much, I feel like I'm part of it already. Like
you are.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to grab a copy of your book. What do you suggest would be the first book to read? For me to
this one, because you can get
you
can get your feet wet with it. The bulk of the first 2 chapters of the Book of Moors are in, I don't say the bulk, but the meat of the first 2 chapters of the Book of Moors are in this book. So I have in here about Moorish military systems, There's one thing in here I pointed out yesterday about a compass card, and it busts some things that other Moors are saying to make Freemasons look bad. I'm not a Freemason, but so you know. But that compass card in you, if you could tether that to this, it would go so well.
All right. Thank you so much, Lonnie, and we can't wait to grab a copy of your book, your whereabouts. You said, everybody, look for that website. Again, what is it again,
The
Lonnie?
MoorishaMericaniNstitute.org.
MoorishaMericaniNstitute.org. That's where you can communicate, keep in touch with Lonnie. Again, thank you so much, Lonnie, for talking to us.
Thank you.
Here in the event of Guadalajara International Book Fair. And after this short break, we're going to be talking to, again, one of our invited authors here today, who's going to be talking about her book, which is so interesting as well, quite similar to the story of Edwin Gilbert earlier. So please stay tuned after this commercial break.
Thanks, James.
Y como dijo Vargas, no te rajes, Jalisco.
Guadalajara, 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 Guadalajara. Ay, 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 ay.
Hope Deathbrand. Hi.
Yeah.
We are live right now. Before we proceed to our next featured author talking about her book, we have here today the winner.
Hi.
We have the winner. We have Hope Adad. We have
Yes.
Maria.
Yes.
The cousin of
My
Maria,
cousin,
who had
yeah.
claimed the Kindle win the prize that she won yesterday. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, everyone. So what's your message on behalf of your cousin?
Well, everybody come to the field to and play this because this prize is very nice, and
I don't know, maybe I will say in Spanish because I speak Spanish. So, vengan a la fila en Guadalajara, jueguen y participen para que se ganen una Kindle como yo. What else should I say? Yeah, perfect.
Thank you so much. You're from Guadalajara.
Yes.
Planning to come back here so every day?
Normally I come every year, and normally 1 day or 2 days. That is very nice.
You and your kids got lucky and wanted
Yeah,
to know.
yeah, sure.
We are here in the international section of Guadalajara Expo.
Yeah.
GG38, the ReadersMagnet booth. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, after this quick break.
Y como dijo Vargas, no te rajes, Jalisco.
Guadalajara, 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 Guadalajara. Ay, 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 ay.
Y como dijo Vargas, no te rajes, Jalisco.
Guadalajara, 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 Guadalajara. Ay, 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 ay.
We are live right now on our Facebook and YouTube channel. Everybody is watching. You can share it. Everyone around the world can watch our dear authors who've been talking about their stories and what inspired them to writing their book. Here with us today on day 3 of the Guadalajara International Book Fair is an amazing author of the book, The Great Global Pause. Ms. Maggie Lady, how are you doing?
I'm doing so well, thank you.
How do you find Guadalajara so far and then the book fair so far?
Oh, so far I'm just connecting with beautiful people, and I feel like we've been talking about how writing a book is like a birthing. It's like a labor of love, and it comes from the heart. Everybody's got some special message to share, so we all share it, and we come together.
Exactly. Now, Maggie, let's talk about your experience. You are a registered clinical counselor.
I am.
And how was that for 25 years?
Yes, it's almost 30 now. So I've been working with people 3 to 93, and I feel like we all need help at different times in our life. And I always feel like life is like a river, and sometimes we're floating along and it's all smooth, and sometimes we reach turbulence, or we reach a curveball, or we reach a blockage of some kind, and we shouldn't be in there for too long by ourselves. And in fact, I've always loved the metaphor of the turtle, because when a turtle is on its back, it is completely stuck until another turtle comes along and nudges it and helps it. Or even better, when a group of turtles, a bale of turtles it's called, a family, a community of turtles comes. And when we come together, it's instantaneous that we can move forward together.
Amazing. Yeah, your book is definitely very relatable.
Yeah.
Not just to anybody who's here, but definitely around the world.
Yeah.
It was like the toughest time. I did not even think that in my entire lifetime I would experience it. So let's talk about The Great Global Pause, the title itself. So what was the story?
Well, you know, we were all going through this tough time, right? And the whole world was on pause. And it was stressful, and it was fearful, and there was so much going on, and everybody was handling it in the best way that they could. And it came with, you know, it came with an impact. And I think that I didn't dream of being an author, but during this time, this book came to me, and it came through me, and I thought, this book needs to be written. So I did everything I could to bring it together, to be a message of hope.
The Great Global Pause, your book necessarily, I would say this is a children's book?
It is a children's book, except it's really a surprise for all. It's my greatest delight is when the adults call and in tears, because they say, I thought this was for the little one, but actually it reached my heart, it reached me. And so really this is for families, and it's for, in fact, the back of the book has reflection questions, because we need to engage in meaningful intergenerational conversations with each other about what matters.
Now let's talk about the turtle. Interestingly, why choose this animal, a metaphor, to represent something?
Right. Well, the turtle has been with me for a very long time. I've always used the message of, or the metaphor of a turtle, because for many reasons. One is, like, I believe we all have a turtle shell, and in my job in counseling, you know, we all have a turtle shell, and it's my job to go in there and make sure that my turtle shell is clean and healthy and not toxic. And that is important for me to do some of that on my own. That's my work. That's my job. However, if I spend too much time in my turtle shell by myself, it can actually backfire to the point where it's dark and isolating in there. And if I forget to reach out for help, then I will be stuck in there for far too long. So I need to poke my head out of my shell and ask for help, and also notice that others need my help. And we all need to swim through this life together and ride these tides and these storms together and find our way through it.
I think the great message also is, like anybody else, we all have our own shells, and we pretty much are all our turtles in our own way. I think the most difficult part there is to admit and accept the fact that you need to reach out.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
Sometimes,
Yes.
I think, I'm not sure if it's ego or you're just shy of a person, but I think one of the most difficult things to do is to even accept the idea that I think I need someone's help.
Yes.
What is your message to those people who are in that phase?
Well, I think sometimes when we poke our head out and we notice that someone else needs our help, sometimes that's the way, is that when we are helping someone else, sometimes we're also helping ourselves. Sometimes that's what's meaningful. That's what gives us meaning and purpose. And we're, you know, like there's that saying that the teacher is the student, right? So sometimes the student is the teacher. And so sometimes when we're sharing and helping others and finding a way to contribute back, we're also finding our way through to help ourselves. So it can go both ways. You know, we can help ourselves through helping others, and we can reach out and ask for others to help us. And we are a community. We are a village. We need each other. The turtle on its back is completely stuck until the village wraps itself around that turtle and they move forward together.
Let's talk about the turtle who is there to help. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself as that turtle?
I do at times, but sometimes I'm the turtle on the back. That's the human experience, right? So I have 30 years experience helping people. I've got an amazing tool belt, I would say, that I can share. But at the same time, I'm just also that vulnerable turtle sometimes, and I need my village and my community around me. So I think that I think we all have a gift to share, and that's partly what the book is about. And in fact, one of the illustrations in the book has this picture of all of the baby turtles coming around, and each baby turtle is completely different from another, and that's to represent how we're all different from one another. We all share a gift, and but yet we're all similar, right? So in this illustration in the book, each baby turtle gets a symbol from grandmother turtle. So that's like our lineage. It's like our DNA. It's like our ancestors, and it's like the wisdom and the gifts that come through us sometimes in our own lineage and in our own experiences that are unique, and yet we come together.
Exactly. To those who are watching us live right now all over the world, you definitely can ask questions and you can ask Maggie directly. But in the meantime, maybe Maggie can show us the book.
I
show us
can.
some pictures perhaps in the book to
So
everybody.
The main message I want to share is love always wins. And grandmother turtle wants us to share our kindness and respect with ourselves, with each other, and with our planet, so that love can always win. And I think that's a really important message during this turbulent time. So we start out with, oh, and I just wanted to say something about the covers. So grandmother's turtle name, her name is Keola, which means alive in Hawaiian. And when I learned that, I thought, well, grandmother turtle wants us to be alive in more sustainable ways with each other, with ourselves, and with our planet. So this alive, we want to be alive in ways that are sustainable. And this child is a child of the world. This is the child is the narrator of this turtle talk wisdom journey with grandmother turtle, where they go to the bottom of the sea to learn some wisdom to share with all the humans that they meet. And so this child might be a boy, it might be a girl. I'm not quite sure. It's up for you to decide. It's up for the reader to decide. It's a bit of a blank slate. And then we begin with the child going down to the bottom of the sea. And right away, the child meets grandmother turtle, who says, come with me down to the bottom of the sea, and I will share some turtle talk wisdom with you. And the child says, oh, but I feel a wee bit scared and nervous. And the grandmother turtle right away says, take 3 deep breaths with me, and all will be well, and you will be safe. Because as soon as we take 3 deep breaths, we tell our nervous system, I'm okay. I'm safe. There's no tiger in the room right now. I can relax and I can be myself. And then we have this, the child says, why are there so many baby turtles around? More than I've ever seen before. And grandmother turtle says, well, these baby turtles were a gift from the time of the great global pause. And the child says, well, what's the great global pause? And grandmother turtle says, it was a time on Earth when the ocean was still, the earth was still, there was less people walking on the beaches, and 60 billion turtle eggs were hatched on beaches all over the world. And pink flamingos and dolphins and other creatures went back to places that they hadn't been to in a very long time. There was less garbage in the ocean and less noise in the air. And then grandmother turtle says, what were the humans doing during this time? And the child says, well, the humans were so busy running around here and there, they forgot to listen to each other. They forgot to take care of each other. So they paused and they stayed home, and they planted their gardens, and they baked their bread, and they remembered their neighbors, and they shared their gifts with each other. And I know in Canada, I don't know about everywhere, but in Canada during this time, we had a ritual of going outside and banging pots at 7 o'clock. And it was our way to say thank you to the health workers, and thank you to thank you to the farmers, and thank you to all the people who helped to keep us healthy and safe. And so this time went on, and there was a lot of big feelings, and we felt sad and mad and worried and scared, and there was anxiety, and we had to deal with our feelings in a way that we didn't get stuck in the yuck and make things worse. We had to hug it out, dance it out, cry it out. We had to spend time with ourselves and with our safe people so that we could not get stuck in the yuck and make things worse. And then we came together and we remembered to breathe out the fear and breathe in the love. And we remembered that love is our superpower. And this is how we make the world a better place, when we come together with love and respect and we honor the differences. And Grandmother Turtle says, oh my goodness, I hope the people and all of the creatures remember this lesson and carry it forward so that love always wins. And they learned that love and respect for all beings who swim, run, walk, fly, crawl, slither, and breathe on this planet are the greatest gifts of all. And Grandmother Turtle says, I'll come again another day to share some Turtle Talk wisdom. So please share this with all the humans that you meet. And then we've got some things to think about and some reflection questions that will help us to have stimulating conversations, intergenerational conversations about what matters most on this planet.
Thank you so much for walking us through your book. That's a book walkthrough. So we have a question from Reginald McBride watching us right now. What do you think the children will learn from the book?
I think they will learn that we're all different and yet we're the same. So we all have a special, unique flavoring depending on our experiences and our lineage and our DNA, and so we're similar but different, and we all have a gift to share. And so it's about being ourselves and expressing that with full self-expression and coming into this world to share what we can to make this world a better place. And so for some people that's their art, and for some people that's their writing, and for others it's how they care for animals, and for some it's how they make their food and cook. We all have special gifts to share to help each other through this time.
Thank you so much for sharing us with your story, and so inspiring, Maggie. I know a lot of people who's watching us right now would like to know where your whereabouts, maybe your website. Where can we find the book?
Yes.
Do you have a copy?
So you can go to turtletalkwisdom.ca, which is the website for the book. And there's more reflection questions on there because I couldn't fit them all in the book. I've also made a playlist of inspiring songs. You know, some of these songs, they're just all genres. They come from like John Denver from the 70s all the way through to current songs and all genres. But I think each song is chosen with a special message for us that is related to the book. So that's on Spotify, and you can find that on my website as well and at the back of the book. I'm from Victoria, BC, and I'm really happy to be in Mexico. My greatest dream would be to have this book translated into Spanish and get it out further with a greater ripple to reach more people, children, families, and schools.
Thank you so much, Maggie. Thank you so much for inspiring not only the kids, but everyone who's watching us right now, who's at the moment had a global cause affected their lives in one way or another. We'll have more of Maggie late this afternoon together with the rest of our authors to talk about a specific topic, literally about being a victim and how to be victorious, and how to get out of your shell and to be successful in your own way. So again, thank you so much, Maggie, and please stay tuned. After this commercial break, we'll have more this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Y como dijo Vargas, no te rajes, Jalisco.